midst of something extraordinary. From the cloud to mobile and now the incredible potential of AI, we're witnessing a revolution in how we connect with one another. It's exciting, uncharted territory, and the possibilities are limitless. In this conversation, we'll discuss Salesforce's trailblazing approach to creating experiences that resonate, inspire, and leave lasting impact. I am honored to welcome Colin Fleming, EVP of Global Brand Marketing at Salesforce, to share on the data-driven strategies and innovations that have propelled Salesforce to being a beacon in the marketing and tech world, all while maintaining its core values of trust, purpose, and customer centricity. Colin, welcome and congratulations to you and the Salesforce Plus team on being awarded Kaltura's Visionaries Award.
Well, it's exciting very much. Thank you so much for the opportunity and your partnership. It's been really great so far.
You recently wrapped up Dreamforce. Congratulations on a successful Dreamforce 2023.
That was a big one. Yeah, we're excited. Excited with how it turned out. Also happy it's behind us too.
We want to hear more about that. So. Thank you for being with us today. I'm super excited for this conversation, and maybe we can kick it off with a quick introduction of yourself, the journey you've been on that brought you here, and what's top of focus for you as a marketing leader at Salesforce.
Probably don't have enough time. There's a lot going on, of course, in our world. Well, my name's Colin Fleming. I run brand marketing at Salesforce. I've been with the organization for 12 years. Have seen some pretty rapid growth in the organization. It's been fun to see the growth and also the opportunity. It's been fun to really break through some barriers in B2B marketing and try some new things, which I think we're going to talk about today, which is exciting. In terms of top of mind, I think there's a few things that sort of myself and the team are really challenging ourselves with, which is one is, of course, you mentioned AI at the beginning. We have an unbelievable opportunity in front of us to be thinking about how our artificial intelligence is helping us reduce friction in the consumer experience. It's going to help us market to humans instead of attribution models. And it's going to really help us think about the role of content and the role of B2B marketing along the way and really kind of reimagine that. And so really what's top of mind is challenging ourselves to, of course, deliver the run rate of the business and making sure we're delivering the pipeline and delivering all the goods that we need to, but also reinvent ourselves and reinvent the role of marketing as it relates to content, as it relates to creative, as it relates to so many things in our day-to-day lives, and really kind of expanding our mind to be thinking about that altitude is really the most exciting part, I think, of what we're living through today, but also maybe the most challenging.
We know that Salesforce is all about ease of discovery, education, awareness. How do you use AI to maintain that promise?
That's a loaded question. Salesforce was founded 25 years ago now on this premise that it should be as easy to use as it is to buy a book on Amazon. And so we've tried to carry that value into what is now a large organization with a very complex buying personality, a very complex buying environment, and tried to make sure that simplicity and reduction of friction is always part of that experience. And so things like Salesforce Plus has really tried to bring that consumer world analogy back into our world. And so, using AI to do something as simple as if you happen to miss a session at an event, we'll generate a summary for you with AI and then make it easy for you to get. So it's just like very simple things like that are amazing in the value that they bring to our attendees, but also reducing friction. I think for too long, B2B marketers have held ourselves behind large forms and big friction because that's the way it's been or the way it needs to be. Let's throw that out the window. And how do we bring a simplistic mind and a consumer grade mind? Because one of the things that we think a lot about is when a consumer is buying a shoe versus buying software, they're going to give you about the same amount of time to educate themselves about your technology, about your differentiation, about your community, about your customer success, things like that. So we need to let's not waste half that time having them fill in forms. Let's spend that time educating them, making it easy to get content, providing some value for them. And then really, if we do those things all well, we're pretty confident, and our attribution model tells us that they'll come back to us with the right purchasing behavior.
I don't think there's a single marketer in the B2B space who hasn't seen the beautiful AI campaign Salesforce did with Matthew McConaughey. Could you share just a little bit about the behind the scenes of how that campaign came to fruition and generally Salesforce's approach to AI?
Yeah, that was a fun campaign, and we're still in the middle of it, so we're still sort of ideating and having fun with it. The campaign is called Ask More of AI, and really, of course, over the last 6 months, we've seen this explosion, or a true revolution, when it comes to artificial intelligence, and the possibilities are really endless. When we looked at it, it was kind of fun to think about, okay, well, artificial intelligence is all about asking questions or prompts to these large language models. But the question that's perhaps most important, are we asking the right questions? Of course, we're entertaining what's possible and the amazing development of technology here. It's almost a bit of a gold rush mentality when you see people interacting with it. It's like almost without regard for trust, for data privacy and security, for the integrity of the data along the way. And so we started asking ourselves, how can we shine a light on that? Maybe with our size and scope as a company now, we have a little bit of a responsibility, if you will, to think about the trajectory of artificial intelligence when it comes to the enterprise. Matthew and myself and a few others kind of got together and said, what are really important questions? And so the campaign, as all the really good campaigns are the simplest of ideas, which is just asking the very important questions of who's in charge, where does my data go, what happens when I input my customer data in this information, and that's been tons of fun. And of course, in true Salesforce fashion, we brought a little personality and spirit to it. There's Wild Wild West involved and forests and all kinds of things, and we're just well underway along the technology. And I think that's really important, that while we're shining a light on maybe the values orientation with artificial intelligence, we're embracing it at the same time. We're not anti-AI. We're very, very important part of our business. In fact, Salesforce has been at the forefront of artificial intelligence in the enterprise for 10 years. So it's really, you don't have to trade off innovation and values. They can be done together, and I think it's really important as we go forward.
Let's talk about your marketing philosophy. You've previously noted that over 80% of B2B purchasing decisions are made from being just top of mind. Can you share how companies can create brand awareness and maintain a strong sense of relevance?
Yeah, I think that statistic is perhaps the most important statistic in all of B2B marketing. I think for too long we focused on exclusively bottom of the funnel marketing behavior and really lost sight of what's really important. When you make a purchase in a B2B environment, you're looking after the same things that you do when you buy a new pair of shoes, or in a consumer environment. Do I trust the brand? Does the product meet my needs? Is the brand trustworthy? Will they honor customer service? Will they support me along the way? Are they going to continue to innovate on it? Those things are true in both environments. And given that, we should be thinking more about marketing as a B2C environment. We have to think about bringing emotion, being top of mind along the way. And that statistic, what's so important is if you're not part of that initial consideration set, if you're not top of mind when the idea of I need to purchase a CRM or a pair of shoes comes to mind, you're not going to get purchased. No matter how brilliant your bottom of the funnel marketing is, if you're not part of that consideration set, something like 96% of the time, you're gonna lose out. So really my philosophy and the philosophy of the team has been, how do we increase the situational awareness of Salesforce? So when you think about business technology or business software, CRM, Salesforce is the first company that comes to mind. And I think we do that through a myriad of ways. Of course, we have world-class products, a world-class sales team, but also we lead with our values. As we talked about in the campaign before, I think it's really important to show the kind of company we are, what we value. Our values are trust, customer success, innovation, equality, and sustainability. And I think those values come through in how we advertise and how we show up and the content we generate and everything like this. And by doing so, you earn the right to do business with companies. And I think that's our philosophy today. It was in 1999. It will continue to be in the future. And I think that B2B should no longer sort of apologize for being a B2B. I think where our possibilities and the technology and the experiences we can build can be just as world-class as the B2C ones of our peers.
Let's talk a bit about brand communities. Now more than ever, our customers expect digital communities to serve as a support system for inspiration, learning, and also connection. How can we best meet our customers' needs in this respect? And where do you see community developing?
Community is everything when it comes to, not just software, but really any sort of technology. Word of mouth is a huge part of marketing in any kind of organization. And community at Salesforce is really how we design and develop our products through products like the Idea Exchange, where we're sourcing ideas from our community for where we point our engineering horsepower and resources at. I think it's a big part of how we think about the brand and the values of the company. Our brand, our values have been truly driven by interactions with the community. Things like our messages. We just finished Dreamforce. That keynote was completely shaped by our community, where we've gone out and doing focus groups and allow them to really shape it. And so I think that sort of multi-dimensional and sort of two-way communication with our community, really earns trust along the way. It helps with word of mouth, but it also inspires them to invest more with us. And so we see a massive now 18 million strong community at Salesforce. Amazing to see these incredible statistics of people that have bet their careers on Salesforce, which we're very grateful, of course, but we've also seen them grow their careers at the same time. And there's these incredible stories of people that have gone from early administrators to now CIOs of large organizations by investing in Salesforce and learning and implementing it successfully. And I think that two-way communication is really, really important. So we get incredible stories to tell. They get, hopefully get a lot of support from us to grow their careers. And I think that's the ultimate flywheel effect in organizations. And we see that as a unique differentiator for us as we look at our peer set.
A few years ago, you launched Salesforce Plus, which is defined as a place to watch live events and original series that help you grow your career and company on your own time. Can you tell us a bit about its evolution and mission?
My team doesn't like it when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think the pandemic, from a B2B marketing perspective, was a really great thing to really allow us to challenge the status quo, to really rethink sort of best practices and really force us into a new way of thinking. And I think when we think about this new way of bringing experiences and events and content to people, the world has completely changed. The attention span is shorter than ever. People are less willing to travel for large events. And I think the way we consume content is just wildly different. And so we decided to build a platform that really met those needs and really met this new modern way of thinking. You have to be thinking about first-party data, building those communities. And so I think a lot of it came from that charter. And as we've sort of exited that period, the pandemic period, let's say, those characteristics have not gone back to where they were. So we built this Salesforce platform with short form content. It's not 30-minute, hour-long breakout sessions. It's punchy 6-7 minute content that can really reinvent how we communicate with our customers. It's bringing the power of our live events. Salesforce is a large event company, as we know, and how can we bring that to a larger global audience? That's really important. We saw, almost a 3x increase in our global presence on people that watch Dreamforce from Salesforce Plus. So that's been really exciting. And also driving more engagement with that global audience, and Kaltura has been a big part of that.
Salesforce is a powerhouse when it comes to content creation. And speaking of Dreamforce, the latest Dreamforce event delivered days of incredible content, much of it free and open to all. Can you share a little bit about thinking behind that really unique strategy?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the idea of B2B versus B2C marketing, that if we create really compelling content, we want the world to see it. And so much of our charter as B2B marketers is to be thinking about, how do I reduce friction in the experience? And I think for too long we've put this really valuable content behind 7,000 fields in order to give me your firstborn, in order for you to watch my content. And I think we have to push the boundaries of that. We have to evolve. And for something as simple as an email address, we give you the value of Dreamforce.